What's up guys, EB Tech here, and it is almost that time of year again. Unfortunately, back to school. Nah, I don't exactly like it either. Trust me, I know. But I at least do have some tech to make your back to school life so much easier, and if you're just going to college, I've got some tech that will definitely help you out. Trust me, I'm going on my senior year, and some of this stuff that I've accumulated, I'm so glad I got it. It saves lives sometimes. So let's jump right into it with the first item, and it is this hockey puck, the Google Home Mini, and I absolutely love this thing because here's the thing with college. There are certain times that you are up until 2-3 o'clock in the morning doing math, your brain's not working, so you say, "Hey Google, what's 54 divided by 2?
The answer is 27.
Thank you.
That's what I'm here for.
I love her. But yes, this is ultimately an indispensable tool. I love it, and I would not trade this thing for anything. Now, if you want to shell out more money, you can go get the bigger one, or if you're just filthy rich, go get the Google Home Max. I mean, everybody's got $400 just laying around in their pocket, I'm sure. But yes, so that is the number one item. There's a reason they had the number one spot. Now, up next on the list is something to help you drown out those annoying roommates and just people being obnoxiously stupid on the other side of the wall, and that is noise canceling headphones. Now, I can personally recommend a couple pairs of noise canceling headphones. The two headphones I recommend are the Sony XB950N1s with active noise cancellation, and I also recommend the Bose QC35s. Now, I ain't gonna lie, neither of these headphones are exactly cost friendly, but if you scavenge, find some deals, and maybe buy them used, the Sony XB950s, I believe you can find for almost $100 to $150 used, which really isn't bad for the quality you're getting, because I have listened to those headphones. The bass is punchy, they actually sound really, really nice, and the noise cancellation is awesome. And Bose has already made themselves a name in the active noise cancellation when it comes to the QC35s. So those are two headphones I would highly recommend you getting. Now, if you cannot get those and you just want to be cheap about it, you can get the headphones that I've actually been using, and I can already feel my comment section growing with haters. But I personally use the Beats Studio 2.0s. These have noise cancellation. It's not active noise cancellation, but it works nonetheless for me. So I've actually used these, and in some occasions they have saved a person's life. So yeah, I'm glad for these. But I recommend either the 2.0s or the 3.0s. They may not sound the most clear compared to the Sonys and the Bose. I mean, they do okay. They don't do that bad. But I would still recommend the Sony XBs just because of that extra bass feature and the fact it has noise cancellation. So I would highly recommend those more than I would any other headphone, personally. Now, the next item on the list is the Sony XB20 Bluetooth speaker. I absolutely love this speaker, and I recently got it about a month ago, and I have used the hound out of this thing. It is wonderful, it gets loud, and it has the nice punchy bass that I prefer. Like you run around with guys like me till sundown. When I come through, I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Girls like you love fun and yeah, me do what I want. When I come through, I need a girl like you, yeah, 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 yeah. Now, the thing that I like about this Bluetooth speaker is it's splash proof. So for college people, I mean, if someone spills beer on this, it will be okay, I promise. And also the fact that it's portable. I mean, you can take this to a party, so you have your noise canceling headphones when you want to drown people out, and when you want to be the life of the party, you've got your Bluetooth speaker. You can work both angles, and it's okay to flip-flop. It is, I swear. Now, moving on to the next item, I have something that every college student cannot live without, which is a laptop. Now, unfortunately, I do not have a bunch of laptops in-house to test, but I do know and have seen reviews and researched several different laptops but I've narrowed it down to 2, and they're both from Dell. Now there's 2 recommendations. I have a lower spec and a slightly higher spec model for you gamers. The lower spec one is the Dell Inspiron 5000. Now this laptop actually has your 8GB of RAM, a fairly decent Intel i5 8th gen i5 processor, and on top of that is actually a 15-inch model with just about all the ports you could ever want. It has 2 USB 3 ports, a USB 2 port, a USB Type-C, HDMI, and on top of that it does have your DVD drive when you want to watch movies on the go, just because you can. Now for any normal college student, this is plenty of power. Plus, when you're working at night, it has a backlit keyboard, and it, as a bonus feature, also does support touch. Now for you gamers, I have something else for you. The Dell Inspiron 7000. This laptop has basically the same specs with the 8th gen i5 and 8GB of RAM, which is really plenty. And on top of that, it has a GTX 1050 graphics card with 4GB of VRAM. So yes, that is enough for you to play Fortnite. I swear, I know that's all you care about is can it play Fortnite. Now the lower spec Dell Inspiron you can typically find for about $500 on Amazon, I believe. I will actually leave links to all these links to Amazon down below. And for the Dell Inspiron 7000, you can typically find this for around the $700 mark, or maybe lower depending on where you look. But basically the main difference is the 7000's got more horsepower for gaming, and on top of that it's got a more beefy cooling solution and weighs a tad bit more. But they're both 15-inch and both very good laptops. I personally highly recommend Dell as a company anyway. For me personally, the laptops is Dell, Apple, Razer, and Alienware is already made by Dell. So those are my 3. Dell, Apple, and Razer. But that's me personally. Now the next item I have on the list for you is actually a monitor to connect your computer. The LG 34UM69 thing. Yeah, this monitor right here is what I'm talking about. But this monitor is an ultra-wide monitor, so it gives you plenty of room to have your documents and everything else you're working on all spread out and there at your fingertips, so you can have your paper and whatever else you need to work on that paper all in one spot. Which personally, I always recommend ultra-wides or a dual monitor setup like I have, and there's a reason I have 2 monitors. I never said it was a good reason, I just said there was a reason. But this monitor actually has a Type-C connection, so if you have a laptop that can do that, you plug in a Type-C cable and you're pretty much good to go. And also, it does have your HDMI and display ports for if you need those. But this monitor does have an IPS panel, so there's very minimal, if any, color shift, and it's made by LG, and LG makes some of the best monitors in all honesty, especially for color work, so I highly recommend their monitors. But I do have a couple honorable mentions that are, to an extent, a little more on the pricey side, but things that I use almost every day when I'm at college. The first being this Apple Watch. This Apple Watch has helped me out so much just because of the fact that when I can respond to a text with my watch when I'm in class without jerking out my phone and then trying to hide it from the teacher and fight all that crap. And yes, I know they're pricey, but you can get an older generation model because half the time I still have the first generation model and I really don't see much of a need to upgrade. I mean, personally. So, which not to mention the fact that if somebody's calling you, you don't have to jerk out your phone and see it. You see it on your watch. So I use this thing every single day, no matter where I'm at. Another thing I use is the Apple AirPods. And I love these. I wear these on the way to class, on the way back from class, when I'm just walking around campus, going to hang out. These are pretty much constantly in my pocket or in my ears. One of the two. I never leave home without these because they really don't sound bad. Yeah, they're pricey, but once again, this is something that I love. One more recommendation is if you have a Google Home Mini, get a Chromecast. There's nothing better than coming in and yelling at your Google Assistant to play something so you can just go straight to plopping on the couch or wherever it is you're putting your butt. Or if you'd rather have something with a remote, go get you a Roku or whatever if you don't already have a PlayStation or something that you're bringing with you. And on a final note for you business majors, you will be dealing with lots and lots and lots of spreadsheets. And when you need that horizontal scroll action and you don't feel like using the trackpad, the MX Master. There is nothing better than this MX Master for side scrolling. I can't tell you how much I've used this thing on Excel and any other thing where I needed horizontal scroll. And also the ergonomics of this are awesome because they actually take your hand and turn it slightly to help reduce the strain on your wrist. I love this mouse, and unfortunately it is slightly more pricey at $60, or you can get the MX Master 2S, which has a longer battery life. But for me personally, the battery life in this lasts just pretty much as long as I need it to until I can get it to a charger. In most cases, that's 2 to 3 weeks for me. So I really don't mind sticking with the OG MX Master and using that. So that's it guys for my back to school tech. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, drop a comment if you think I missed anything, maybe help somebody out, and I will catch you guys in the next video. And also good luck at school. I feel like you're going to need it.